a little round button.
I got it. Okay. So I was just saying that we were supposed to do this in the indie yard, and I had a lot of people signed up, and now we just have a small group. So I want to thank each and every one of you for coming here today. And I just wanted to record this in case you guys, or if anyone's missing out, because this is a really cool interactive way to set up your year properly and to really optimize your metabolism. So far, we just came up with our word of the year. And so I would love for you guys to put a little effort into that. Okay, so for any of you who don't know me, I just want to share a little bit of my journey so you can kind of understand why I'm doing what I'm doing. So I am the founder of Sunshine Wellness, and I've owned this business for a long time. I am a registered dietitian. I'm also certified for personal training. Those are like my credentials that I've been doing literally for 25 years. So it's cool. I like it. I know like Bob from yoga at South Beach Gym. I know Lisa from Dragon Boat. So I thank you guys for representing. I also am an artist, and then I am a mom of three, and one of them's already in college, so things are just flying by. I love my life, but at the same time, it took me a long time to get here. And with that journey, I started out as right out of school. And I just want you guys to understand a little bit of this. It's very clinical. So when like you're in school for this, you are taught like all these formulas to like calculate your metabolic rate and to see how many calories you need and your BMI. And it to me now, all of those mean nothing. They are just numbers. As we age, the whole like calories in equals calories out, and the energy expenditure does not equal. And so it is so much more now about how to like steady your blood sugar and to steady your hormones. So I've learned so much, but this did not pan out. I'm pumped to be a registered dietitian, like because they're the only people allowed to give menu plans in the state of Florida, but I needed to go farther. So after becoming a registered dietitian, I was like, let me try the world of personal training. And it's cool. And the gym setting is like really fun. But like, I don't know if you guys have worked with any trainers, but a lot of times it looks kind of like this picture. Like they want you to eat so much protein. And like, let's add some also like some protein powder to it. Let's have a bunch of eggs. Let's, like just it's such a like, and then they want you just to work out extra hard. And then all of this is to like shred fat, build muscle. But I don't think people understand it's messing up their hormones when you do this. So, and especially as we age, and especially as we are as our hormones are shifting. So I really want you guys to just kind of see that been here, done this as a registered dietitian, worked in the clinical setting, been here, done this as a trainer. But it really didn't hit home until I became more holistic. So I moved to California. Okay. And I'm kind of a Cali girl where it's just such a like cool, open-minded place to live. And I worked with a lot of holistic doctors. And then I ended up working with Dr. Schwartzbein, who is an endocrinologist, and I was with her for 15 years. And when you work with an endocrinologist who's very holistic, it's a total different ballgame. We are thinking the whole time about how to stabilize your blood sugar, your hormones, calm down the stress hormones in the body. And so I had just the amazing opportunity to work with her. So when like if let's just send Amy, you went in and you're just saying, my body is like, my health is off track. I don't know what's going on. She would test your hormones and she would say, oh, okay, yeah, I can see like your hormones are off, thyroid's off, your sex hormones are off. And instead of just giving you those hormones, she would say, no, I need you to work with Betsy for like a few months. Usually it's 3 months where I would really hone in on balanced nutrition for you to fuel you properly, the right kind of exercise, sleep, stress management, all these things so that then she would retest your hormones after the 3 months and your hormones would be so different. It would be showing your true colors of where your hormones are. And a lot of times people did not need the hormone replacement that they thought they did from the beginning.
Mm.
So it's all about healing the metabolism. And it's such my learning piece here is I can't talk about calories and, think about how to restrict in order to heal the metabolism. I can't make you guys work out extra hard and think that's going to heal the metabolism. As we age, we need to really set ourselves up for success with our daily routines. So even though I was like, it was starting to click, I don't know if you guys can relate, but this is when like human stuff started to happen for me. And when I say human, it's just like real life stuff where life got real and got busy. So with 3 kids, and especially when they were younger, oh my gosh, my life was so busy and I'm such a go-getter. So I was like, had my own business. I had a meal delivery service. Like my dad was passing, my mother-in-law was like, all these things were happening at once. And it was just like, who can follow along with all these even holistic, healthy things when life, shit hits the fan? So it just made me realize that yes, we can know what habits to do. And yes, we can even have the knowledge of how to be healing for our metabolism and how to eat right, how to fuel properly, how to exercise in a balanced way. But what if our mind is all over the place? Like, what if we are super stressed? What if we're not organized in our life? What if our schedule is crazy? What if you're a perfectionist and you just continue to be tough on yourself? So it's so much of this big picture is putting it all together. And so after going through all these kind of phases of my life, it made me realize that I kept tweaking my business of knowing that, yes, I want to help people to really restore their metabolism. But I want to do it in a way that is more mindful and that it really has to do with mindset just as much as all the other things. Otherwise, we really can't stick with those habits. So that's a bit of my journey. From here, okay, what did I want to do? Give me a sec here. Okay, so I want to do a little bit of education, and then I'm going to do some little bit of deep breathing with you guys as well. And Lorraine, I didn't say hello. We got Lorraine,
Lorraine. It's Lorraine.
Lisa, and Lorraine. We got some L's here. Okay. So do you guys feel like kind of what the metabolism, like it's just such a vague word. So do you feel comfortable like explaining what a metabolism is? I'm not going to quiz you on it, but do you feel like that's kind of foreign, right?
Yeah.
Hard to, a lot of people put it in the calories thing, calories in equals calories out, or it's an equation, which, So I just want to like explain it a little bit more of an analogy of a car. Okay. So first of all, the car is like, I'm just going to say the car is your body. And it's like transport, our body is transport of like pretty much our soul, okay, of like what's inside is what, really matters. But yes, we have to take care of the shell of this car. And, if the question is if you had only one car your whole life, I'm assuming that we would take really good care of it. We have to, otherwise our car is going to bunk out and we'll die, just like our bodies will. And then I'm also going to put the analogy out there that in this car is our engine, and this engine is our metabolism. So you can see all the wires and tubes going into the engine, and those are all of the like kind of transport of maybe our liver and all the nutrients going in and out of there, our heart, our immune system, our endocrine system, all the hormones in there, our kidneys. There's just so many things involved in our body, but the metabolism is how it regulates it. It's the synergy of all these things, and that's how the engine works in our body as well. So, if you have a new car like this, it looks good, it runs good, but as our bodies age, like we have to have maintenance on it. And when we don't do this, obviously it's going to slow down, it's going to sputter, like it's going to conk out a lot. And so I just want you guys to like really grasp that like we do have to take good care of this. I don't want any quick fixes for this engine. If like there was like a leak in a pipe here, like, and we just duct taped it up, like it's gonna like definitely like die later on and explode later on. And the same thing for us. We do so many quick fixes, whether it is something more restrictive to our diets, or we just don't, we do a cleanse because we think that's going to be the answer. We just work out extra hard this week, and we just tend to be all or nothing with our approaches. It's the same with the car. We cannot treat the car like that as well. So I just want you guys to really kind of hone in. Like, today is about how to rev this metabolism, especially as we're aging, especially as the hormones change. For some of us who have a lot of stress and the adrenal fatigue, or we have a lot of inflammation in our body, this is our opportunity to really rev this engine, this metabolism. And the really good news is, I don't care how old you guys are, like, it can be restored and healed at any age. It might not be fast, and that's why we can't aim for perfection, but we can definitely go in this right direction. And that's where I want to take you into those next steps. So I have a quiz for you guys, but before that, I want to just leave it on an empty screen here of this, where I want to just do some breathing techniques. Okay. And you're welcome to not have your picture here or have it. I'm going to have mine on here. But we're going to just do some deep breathing, because I really love deep breathing, and I want to kind of just clear the brain before we get started with all these tips and things of how to be healing for the metabolism. So everyone, I want you to take a deep inhale in. And I just want you to focus on your exhales being longer. Your exhales can be out your nose or your mouth. Inhale. Exhale. I want you to keep going. With this, I want you, already, I can feel a release. I can feel let go in the brain, the body, the muscles. With every exhale, you're getting a little bit longer. And I'm going to breathe with you guys, and I'm just going to start saying a few little affirmations to let go of, and just see what might resonate with you. So we're going to inhale together here, and I'm going to exhale and just say, let go. And you're going to say this to yourself. Inhale and release. Inhale. I want you to let go of stress. Inhale. I want you to let go of any diets or extreme things. Inhale. I want you to release perfection. Inhale. I want you to let go of guilt. Inhale. I want you to exhale and release of nonstop busyness. Inhale. I want you to say to yourself, I am enough. Exhale, let it go. And inhale, I am whole. Exhale. Awesome. Okay, so just coming back to it, if anyone want to share, if anything, just you have your paper and pencil, and I want to welcome, who else was this? Jenny, who came in. Hey, Jenny. Did anything resonate with you that you want to release, that you want to let go? Feel free to share, but also write it down. Write down if anything, you're just okay, if health is my new thing, what do I need to release to be able to focus on my health? Lorene, what was yours? What was your go-to word? Oh, I can't hear you.
Grow. I was muted.
Grow.
Sorry. Grow.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. In order to grow, yeah, maybe it's you're tough on yourself, or you just are nonstop busyness.
Well, what came to my mind was openness to be willing to learn.
Awesome. I love it. Amy, do you have anything you're trying to release?
Well, you said, what are your thoughts on, and all I was thinking is every time you said something, my exhales were getting longer and longer and longer every time that you said exhale, which was good.
Yeah. Maybe yours is just to breathe, you know? Like,
Mhm.
honestly, I do like kind of affirmations with a lot of my clients because sometimes they get stuck in their brain and they don't realize how their thoughts are truly creating the next step, the future for them, and are keeping them stuck. And so much of the time, my affirmations start with breathe. Like you would talk to yourself and you just say, Amy, take a breath. Like
Mhm.
you're doing fine, like don't stress about it or just take it one step at a time. Let's see, show chat. I have some chat stuff here. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't even see these. Okay. Organize small steps. Small steps. I love it. Yeah, baby steps. Okay. So from here, thank you for like joining in on it. That's cool. I want to do a quiz with you. Okay. I've taken a lot of time to create this quiz. It's very foolproof, as in, like, it covers everything about the metabolism. Because a lot of people come to me because I'm a nutritionist and they're like, well, just tell me what to eat. And I want to be able to fuel myself properly. But when it comes down, I want you to know that it's so much more of just what to eat, what not to eat. It is the big picture, because I want to come back to the thought here that we need to learn how to stabilize our blood sugar, stabilize our hormones, and with that, that is going to help to heal your metabolism more than anything else. So it has to do with all these lifestyle habits. So let's start. I want you to get your paper out. Ooh, I forgot to put that picture in there. So I'm gonna stop my screen. Let's say stop share. Okay. And then here is like a piece of paper. I have on the left side, like you could just do 1 through 10, and it just says questions. And then on the right side, you can just say like focus areas or challenge areas. And you don't have to write like the red, green. We'll do that together. Just 1 through 10 on the left side under questions. And then on the right side, you can just write focus areas. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to share. And so this is why, I mean, even though I'm like sad we're not like together outside, I'm able to really like share these questions with you very clearly and have you read them and be in the moment with me. So we're gonna do these together, and I want you to write down your answers. So, and if you're okay with it, maybe say it out loud. I love to know. You don't have to. Okay, anyway, number 1 is about menu planning. So everyone, do you menu plan, food shop, and prep on a consistent basis? So you're going to either write down red, yellow, or green, or you can just do R, Y, or G next to your number 1. Red, I don't have a weekly plan, and planning stresses me out. Yellow, I try to plan ahead, but it's not consistent. Or green, I plan out my meals every week with intention, and I love being organized. So write down your red, yellow, or green for that. If you pick red for any of these, I want you to write on the right side of your paper, menu planning. Just write down the topic that we're talking about if that's one of your areas that's red. Okay, number 2 is eating schedule. Do you fuel your body with a consistent eating schedule throughout the whole day? Red is I eat at irregular times and often skip meals or wait to eat breakfast till later in the morning. Yellow is I try to eat at consistent times, but my schedule isn't always predictable. And green is I eat small, frequent meals evenly throughout the day and I feel fueled. Again, if you write down a red, I want you to, on the right-hand side, write down your just eating schedule. So you know that's a focus area for you. Okay, number 3 is balanced meals. Are your meals and snacks balanced with complex carbs, protein, and non-starchy vegetables? So red would be I don't think about meal balance, or I tend to gravitate to low carb eating. Or yellow, I'm trying to eat more balanced meals and snacks. And green, I know how to fuel my body with the right combo of carbs and protein for my health conditions and activity level. Number 4, hydration and beverages. Do you drink the right beverages to hydrate and support your metabolism? So red is I don't drink enough water, and I know my beverage choices are not the best. Yellow is I may have 1 cup of coffee a day, and I occasionally indulge in alcohol or sweet drinks. And green is I mostly drink water and I'm adequately hydrated. I'm not going too fast. I'm doing well. Okay. Physical activity. Do you engage in regular physical activity that is suitable for your metabolism? So red would be I rarely exercise or I never miss a day and every workout session is high intensity. Yellow is I'm not consistent with my exercise routine and I'm not sure how to balance it for my needs. And green is I know what my body needs and I have a balanced exercise routine with adequate recovery. Okay, number 6 is morning routine. Does your morning routine set your day up for success? So red, my mornings are rushed and it's stressful just to get out the door. Yellow, I have a morning routine that keeps me on schedule, but there's no room for mindfulness. Or green, my morning routine is enjoyable and sets me up for a calm, organized day. Okay, we're getting there. Again, remember any reds, just put it on the right-hand side. Let me know if you missed something. I'll share. 7 is quality sleep patterns. So how would you rate your quality and quantity of your sleep? So red is I often have difficulty sleeping or do not sleep enough hours. Yellow is my sleep schedule varies and I often wake up in the middle of my sleep. And green is I get 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep regularly. Okay, number 8, stress management. How effectively do you manage stress? Red, I feel overwhelmed and struggle to quiet my mind. Yellow is I'm aware when I get stressed and I have some strategies to deal with it. And then green is stress management techniques are part of my everyday life and they help me stay calm and in control. And we got 2 more. 9 is cravings. Do you experience frequent sugar or carb cravings? So red is I have intense cravings regularly, especially in the evenings or afternoons. Yellow is I have occasional cravings, but I can manage them. And then green is I rarely experience cravings. And when I do, I know how to handle them. Last one is body signals. Do you notice stubborn weight gain, constant fatigue, or other signals your body may be out of balance? So red is yes, I struggle with fatigue, body inflammation, or have unexplained weight gain that won't budge. Yellow, sometimes I notice these signs, but they don't feel consistent. Or green, I rarely experience these signals and feel like my body is in balance. Okay. So we're going to tally it up here. Okay. I have a tally like a little different, like each one has a little different point system, but this is definitely good enough. Okay. Your reds are going to be 0s. Your yellows are 5s. Your greens are 10s. And then I'm going to open up the chat. Either you can chat it out and put it in the chat, or I would like to know where you guys are to see where your metabolism is at.
35.
Okay, you just squeaked in there. Squeaked in the middle category. It's a big middle category.
Oh, I see. Okay, 34 to 60. Okay.
Yeah. So 34 to 66, metabolism needs a tune-up. Definitely. That engine needs a tune-up.
Mm-hmm.
You're quick compared to everyone else. Lisa's at 60. Lisa, you're almost there. You're almost at a good foundation. Okay.
Wow, that's great, Lisa.
She's not as perfect as I thought she was. Lisa's on our Dragon Boat team and is like participated in like the US like Dragon Boat team, like has gone and is amazing.
Wow, awesome.
Very, very fit, awesome gal. Bob, where are you at?
I'm at 54.
Okay. Amy?
65.
Wow. Nice. You might be our big winner today. No prize though.
I
Sorry.
wouldn't say winning.
Okay. And I mean, anyone else is welcome to share. You're welcome to put things in the chat. I want to know, because I want to make this a little bit more like in tune for you. Could you guys share your top 1 or 2 areas that you got the reds in that are the hardest for you?
Mine was stress management and hydration. I
Okay.
put them red.
Okay.
I have
Appreciate-
3 that are kind of equal: balance of the meals, physical activity, and cravings.
Okay. Gotcha. Anyone else want to share?
I didn't have any reds, but I had a lot of yellow.
Mm,
That's very normal. Yeah. Cravings. Okay. Lisa. So far cravings is number 1, just because we had 2 people saying that one.
mm.
Anyone else want to share so I can kind of hone in on that spot a little bit?
Well, hydration came up on mine as well, but
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Okay, that's good. So let me just come back to this.
For me, I feel like if I have balanced meals, then that would help alleviate the cravings, but I could be wrong.
100%. Yeah. I mean, there's like this, and that's what I teach when I do kind of my metabolism roadmap. But number 1, 2 is eating schedule. That would really help it, along with the balanced meals. Absolutely. So I want you guys to like circle those reds, like where that is. So now we can make this more personalized. You guys know where your challenge areas are, whether they're always a challenge area or it's a new one. It's the beginning of the year. Like this is a way more strategic way of thinking about like kind of a goal for yourself. But I want to think deeper than just that. So let's just say it is cravings for a lot of you and you struggle with cravings. Like your goal is not going to be don't eat sugar. Like that would be a horrible goal.
Thank
And
gosh.
I know, and to like there's science to say that if you tell yourself don't do this, you're gonna want to do it more. It's just like this little like devil in the brain that's just going to always be like triggering the cravings more so instead we got to dive a little deeper and we got to think about it. So let's just take cravings for example. Like it's like why might you be struggling with cravings? It could be because the timing of your meals is off. Maybe you don't eat breakfast and then like you just have like all the like more of your food is eaten in the second half of your day, and by the end of the day it's like your metabolism is like definitely wanting more, and that's when cravings happen. Or it could be that food is not balanced and your blood sugar is not stable through the day. It could be stress has a big impact on our hormones that make us want to eat the sweet things especially. It could be that your schedule is really tight and like you're not planning ahead, and therefore that's why you're not eating like the meals and the snacks and balancing and or it could be that you're not menu planning and it's just when you're not prepped, like you're not eating and from there you have the cravings. So there's so many reasons why, and we're all different. So I want you all to take a moment to look at yours. Pick at least like 1, maybe 2 things on your list that were red, maybe for you, Amy, yellow, that are like a little bit more obvious of a problem area for you. And then I want you to think about it, break it down a bit, and write down more of a goal from there. And it doesn't have to be a goal, it could be just more an intention, because the kind of goals get annoying a little bit. And what we're going to do is come back to these later, like a month later. I'm going to check in with all of you to see where you're at with these. So just think, what do you think might be holding you back? Is it mindset, time? Is it knowledge? Is it that you travel too much? Is it work stress? Is it an unhealthy partner? I want to give you guys another minute or 2. Bob, do you have a plan that's a little bit more strategic than just drink more water? I'm happy to help.
Actually, I don't have a plan for either one, I have to admit.
Ooh, you in trouble.
Stress management, it's hard for me to come up with how to lessen that. I know I need to, but I don't know how to.
Mm.
This is my forte, Bob. Not that I'm like, I mean, we're all stressed. We all have things going on. I'm like, I know you from the gym where like you do yoga. So that's like, do you feel less stressed after doing a yoga class?
Yeah, somewhat.
Okay.
Yes,
And the reason why usually is because you're not thinking of, you know,
right.
the things that are going wrong. You're
Yeah.
focusing on being present in the moment where you're breathing, you know, you're focusing on your breath and you might be moving in a way that you're focusing on what your body feels like. So if that's like something that works for you, which usually works for most people, and it's to be more in the moment. If you just do little bouts of that through the day, that could be amazing. So it could be a mini meditation. And when I say that, you don't have to do like an official meditation. You could do one like on a phone where it's like a little meditation app to calm you down. There's like midday breaks meditation, there's morning, there's evening ones. Um, or it could be that you started a journaling practice. It could be that you listen to podcasts that kind of are a little bit more grounding and that are about stress management. Could be like audiobooks and you take a walk and you like kind of release the brain of all the thoughts that like you can't control and just go into like right here, right now.
Mhm.
Like there's so much stress management stuff, but Bob, I'm glad like you said it because it just doesn't come naturally to so many people. And if we were to evaluate everyone who's here and all your goals that you have, like all your challenge areas, I guarantee every single one of them will somewhat relate to stress.
Mm.
Even something like hydration. Like, why aren't I drinking enough? Well, it's like I'm just running out the door and I'm a little stressed and I'm not thinking as clearly. And, you know, I'm not packing my water. I forgot to bring it here. You know, it could be stress is always going to relate to all these topics. So it's why I do a ton of mindset work with my clients to really get true results, not just short-term ones. So do you guys all, does anyone want to talk anything through? Does anyone kind of, because I feel like it's fun to work through any of these. Lorraine, you're feeling good?
Well, yeah, my thing is meal planning. I like to plan my meals. I like to know what I'm going to eat for dinner so that I can plan for lunch, but I don't plan 3 meals a day, so to speak.
Mhm.
But I feel like I need more knowledge on balancing those meals better so that
Mhm.
when I'm eating them, they're more giving me the right energy that I need when I need it.
Okay. Lorraine, remind me when I'll send an email to all of you guys with the recording and stuff. Remind me and I'll give you like a one-page handout that might be like an easy starter for you, just to like look at a chart, be able to like put all those meals together and just like at least it's a beautiful start to kind of see how to put these food groups together in the right portioning and to do more of the anti-inflammatory foods.
Okay.
Yeah. And I mean, I have such amazing resources. So if I were to go to my website, let's just say, where are you website? Let's see. And you're on my website and you were to go to resources.
Mm-hmm.
Here, check out these metabolism revving resources. So I have a monthly class that I teach, but I have a 3-day eating reset with a menu plan. Like that would be
Okay.
a great way for you to get started with it, Lorraine.
Okay. Okay.
Like that helps with this eating reset is designed for cravings too.
Great. Okay.
Yep. My support group, you can always set up a free call to give you ideas. I have different podcasts and videos. I have a whole YouTube channel with all like so many ideas on here. I have a whole section of recipes, so you can get lots of ideas there, tons of articles. So, and I even have a workbook. with lots of meal and snack ideas. It's
Awesome.
like, it's got like a 7-day menu in the back of it as well.
Okay, great.
So I've always have lots of free resources for you guys. And I'm going to go back to, and I'm just going to give you a sneak peek just because I'm so proud of it. Like when you do like work with me, I have lots of menu plans and stuff. So if I were to look, let's see. Oh, I'm in the wrong place. Sorry, I'm going to go. So I utilize a menu planning software that makes menus. Like I got like 7,000 recipes in here. And
Hmm.
so if I have like a planner, like here someone is playing with their menu plan right now. I can see that they're adding in breakfast, snack, lunch, snack, dinner. They have ideas. I would definitely, if I'm like working with this person, I'm going to have them make leftovers of things. This is making a lot of food. So I would make it much simpler. But the cool thing is you can like pull out these recipes and then you can get, let's see, from there, like work on, it comes with an itemized shopping list from there.
One of the things that's always been difficult for me, no matter what, I've been overweight all my life as a child and going and up. And one of the things that's most difficult is when I try to learn and read these things, I'm lactose intolerant. And so when they give me meals to plan, if it's, loaded with milk, not loaded, but has the
Yeah.
products in it that I can't eat them, then I don't know how to adjust for that.
Yeah. I mean, I don't because like I'm more holistic and I'm going to always be starting all my clients out with an anti-inflammatory diet, which is going to be very low in the dairy. It's going to be low in the gluten department as well. And instead of focusing on what you can't have, I just find it so much easier to like focus on these just healthy, balanced meals with all the good things that you can. And like, you saw that menu, like it looks yummy, Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Yeah. So it's like you can totally come up with simple things that aren't
Right.
big recipes. Even if it's something like fish with some sweet potato and veg, like the ingredients, it's probably like an ingredient list of 4 or 5 things. It's super,
Nice.
super easy. So life doesn't have to get so complicated when it comes to menu planning. It just needs to be, you just need to, have the organization involved.
Okay.
I just even right before coming on live with you guys, I just made a video about how to cluster meals. So the more that you're in the group, Laureen, like when you go to my like support group, it's the Facebook group, I'm always posting on this kind of stuff constantly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Tomorrow I have a newsletter going out on meal prep as well. And then I just want to share kind of how I help my clients the best. So like if you were to say, okay, Betsy, like I can tell my metabolism needs a major tune-up or it's really slow, and I want to, really take the next step. I do have coaching programs where I work with you for longer periods of time, but most people start with my roadmap because it's simple. Like it's just two sessions together. And so we basically dive into your like health history, your habits, your goals, like really get to know you of what's going on in your life and meet you where you're at right now. And then I'm going to definitely hone in on what's causing your metabolism to like really to slow down. And it should be quite obvious. And I really want to educate you on that to understand what's happening there. And then from there, we would create a personalized roadmap. And it's less about goals and more about like daily and weekly routines that we're just tweaking what you're doing. And for so many of us, it's like how to be calming for the adrenals with your daily routines and how to fuel your body, like you said, Lorraine, with the right balance for your meals. So I create a little meal plan for you with the software, with the shopping list. And then I give all the resources that you need. And we do have a follow-up session to make sure that we like hone in on all of it. You're super clear. And so the point of my roadmap is that you just have clarity. Like it's just no more guessing anymore. You understand what your metabolism needs. We put it together and we make it happen for you. And it's just a much smaller kind of program than doing my 3-month coaching, 6-month coaching. Some people want that and dive right in. But most people do this and then they can like ease into coaching if they want more help and support later on.
Great.
So I put this in here, like where I don't normally just sell my roadmap by itself. Most people do a free consult because I want to double check to see if it's a good fit for you as well. So you guys are welcome to set up it's called a fit call, and it's just like a 20-minute chat with me. It's usually me or Stacy, but I think it's just me right now, where you would we could talk, and like you, after filling out some information and chatting, we can get down to it and figure out what the culprits are and figure out if the roadmap is a good fit for you. Any questions? Because I really wanted just to do the quiz. I want you to get your personalized things of what you're releasing, your word of the year, and your personalized like intentions and goals that you want to be focusing on to rev your metabolism. Okay, think about any questions. I'm going to read one of my favorite quotes here. It's called Nourish. So you've got to take care of yourself, and not just once in a while or only when you realize how desperately you need it, but every single day. Taking care of yourself doesn't have to mean fancy baths or face masks. It doesn't have to mean traveling far or turning your whole life upside down. It certainly can, but everyone is different. Truly taking care of yourself simply means nourishing your mind, your body, and spirit in ways that work for you. It means finding a balance within your everyday life that allows you to do the things you love and to feel at peace. It means nourishing yourself within to be able to take care of the world out there. Love that one.
Very nice.
Okay. I am here. I'm happy. Like if anyone leaves and you want to stay and ask a few questions, you're welcome to. I don't think I have my chat open. I think you guys are good. Anything?
I have a question on the screen here. It's got Betsy at realistic, and then your picture blocks the rest. What's the rest of that link?
It's my website. So Betsy at realisticnutrition.com.
Nutrition.com. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, and that was my website. It's either like sunshinewellnessinstitute.com or therealisticnutrition.com. So you can go to therealisticnutrition.com, and then you would just go to resources of like what I do, and you're welcome to kind of explore that and utilize some of those ideas.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyone else?
Hey, Betsy, this is Jenny.
Oh, Jenny from Dragon Boat. I recognize your voice.
I'm so sorry I was late joining. And
It's all good. It's fine.
When you talk about like inflammatory foods, I mean, and my camera isn't working as just another joy of the day today. When you talk about inflammatory foods, I mean, what all are you talking about? You're talking about lactose or dairy. You're talking about
yeah. Okay, I'm happy to put them in order. Like we can do a top 5 or something like that. So it's going to be like anything, like sugar is going to be a top one. Sugar and artificial sweeteners are going to be sparking those cravings for you because they're a drug. Like the more you have, the more you want them. And they cause disease in the body. So they're definitely going to cause inflammation. I've had some people say like they got sugar out and their aches and pains in their bodies went away so fast. Like, and there were bad aches and pains. So many people don't even understand how much the sugar affects them. So, and then an obvious one that I don't even know if I'll include in the list is like anything that's super processed. You know, like if you're reading ingredients on something and it's got like all these like things that you can't read and, you know, sugar alcohols and like, MSG and like hydrogenated things, like, of course, those are going to be inflammatory. I think those are kind of obvious to most of you. But now we're talking about like real foods after that. I would say like gluten is going to be up there. I might put gluten next on the list. Gluten is a tricky one. Like for instance, like one of my like, I have the background of like Ashkenazi Jew. That is one of my like hereditary kind of backgrounds. And that is like super prone to a gluten intolerance. People who are English Irish are way more prone to gluten intolerance. And this isn't like a gluten allergy. I'm just talking about a sensitivity or an intolerance. If you have an autoimmune disease, like you definitely should be off gluten. If you're diabetic or pre-diabetic, I would get off gluten. There's just so many factors that really ramp up the blood sugar. So these are just some things to think about with gluten. Dairy can definitely be. And if I were to say to like even clarify more, Jenny, like if you're not sure if you have a gluten intolerance, I would probably get off of it for a while and then you add it back. But you would be paying attention if you get bloated. If you get really tired after eating it, those are like 2 telltale signs of gluten intolerance. Dairy is definitely one of those, whether it's the casein or the lactose in it, it definitely can react in your body. And whether it's a more of a sinus kind of thing for a lot of people, or it's a skin problem or GI problem, dairy is very prevalent with a lot of people. If I would say the next one on the list, I'd say soy. Soy can definitely, and soy is in a lot of processed foods. It's not like I wouldn't eat edamame or something like that. And I definitely have some soy here and there. It's just soy is so genetically modified and tends to be cheap in a lot of our foods. So buying better sources of soy is going to be important. You have a question, Lorraine?
I do. My doctor tested me for gluten and I'm not gluten intolerant. Would that still mean that I would want to keep this high on the list because I am pre-diabetic? Did I need to not do the gluten?
Yeah, I would. So I mean, when I worked with Dr. Schwartzbein, oh, you said bye. When I worked with Dr. Schwartzbein, she would do food intolerance panels and like everyone was showing up, not like that they didn't have a problem with it.
Mm,
But it was because their overall immune system was either like heightened or low. So when your immune system's on overdrive, because you are like, oh, like I'm in an inflammatory state, my immune system is kind of like, like this, your SIGA, that immunoglobulin A, tends to be low. And therefore, like your markers for inflammation won't even show up on tests.
mm,
So you get a lot of false negatives on these tests.
mm,
Ugh.
hmm.
So the only way to like do it and do it right is to like really like eliminate these
Yeah.
foods, live this anti-inflammatory kind of life, like you were taking the quiz and you like did really well on the quiz, that kind of life. And then like you would start to pay attention and be like, okay, I had a bowl of pasta. Whoa, I feel it now.
Mhm.
Like you don't feel it when you're eating it on a regular basis.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah. Other than that, the soy, and then I mean, there's a lot of foods that are like culprit for other people, whether it might be corn or peanuts. Um, there's I'd say I'm probably just going to end it there. There's definitely, I have a list that's longer, but I think that's like a very good list of possible foods, but everyone's different. Like I might have someone who's just like, Betsy, every time I have oatmeal, like it makes me like my blood sugar's not stable. And I don't feel well when I'm having it. I'm like, oats. Okay. So everyone can be different. It's a matter of working with your immune system by eating this and living this kind of anti-inflammatory way where our stress hormones aren't activated all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Jenny, does that answer?
Yeah, no, that's very helpful. Thank you.
Oh, of course. And all those like foods that are anti-inflammatory would be in that little menu plan, Lorraine.
Yes,
So
yes.
you'll get some ideas there. Okay, guys, I'm gonna wrap up then. Thank you. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you for a
Thank you.
wonderful hour. It's great.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Okay, I will shoot everyone an email, and let's do like an actual like class and fun things in a few months, and we'll follow up on some of our goals. Okay?
Thank you.
Awesome. Okay, take care, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, bye-bye.